Alright, I'm going to make a couple of videos on a much better description of how to use this list box. Okay? Box. I should pronounce a little more carefully. I just want to say, I might start screaming in the middle of this video. I'm going to save this file. Let's save it as listbox1. Excel has crashed on me sometimes. I'm furious. Excel 2016 is a lot less stable than 2015. Okay, and what we're going to just show you, what I'm going to show you is just how to do this. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is because my friend Hanif in Malaysia found a website, i3investor.com, and he can read every single one of these stocks. Okay, and when he reads every single one of these stocks, the only problem is going to take a long time. So instead of reading, and when he reads all the stocks, I should go back. Let me open the file we're going to use. No, we're going to real estate model. Okay, when we open the stocks, oh, come on, just a minute. Okay. He found this thing, and you put the stock code in, and when you put the stock code like this in, here's the stock code, 1,000 different stocks. What you can get, not like US stocks, you can get all of this data. Just a minute. All of this data going all the way back on that. You know, the net profit, the profit before tax, the number of shares, I guess RPS is preferred shares or something, the stock price, I think, and everything. You can get it quarter by quarter. Now, the only problem with this is if I wanted to write, and then you can also get these things, and to get these things, we have to make a little function, okay? Now, to get all of the stocks in, I think what I'd like to do is make a little list box and just pick some selected stocks rather than picking them all. So what I've done, unfortunately now, and I hope if this breaks I'm going to start crying and yelling and everything else, I put this file called listbox range together. You God darn it. Okay, it broke, and I don't know why. I didn't do anything wrong. I don't know if this list box has another stupid thing in Excel. Ugh, and it's in the morning, and I just woke up, and I shouldn't be making a video anyway. Well, here's what, if you want to put this list box, and I'm now talking like an idiot. If you want to put this list box into your file, God, I'm mad. You put you have to, number one, make a range name. This is a range name that corresponds to the list box. Control F3. I am so furious at Excel. Maybe it's these. Maybe this is a problem. Maybe it's got some reference to other cells. Maybe that's the problem. Okay, I'm gonna hope that that's the problem. All right, now I promise it'll be all fixed and never break. Okay. Maybe it's this problem. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So this is our nice clean list box range. It's like the generic macros. It has some stuff in there for you. You make a range name, and when you press Control F3, now this is I called it our list box range, and it gets the whole range name of 1,000 different variables. Now, if you made your little range name macro go around 1,000 variables. I discovered, and it's not surprising, it takes forever. So you make a little bit of a list box, and let's say I want to get this company down here too, whoever they are, or this company down here, and I can even go way, way down and get this company, and it just redoes the list box, and I put here the maximum number of rows so you can change it. And then what you're going to do is right click and assign this list box to a macro. And when you assign it to the macro, here's the problem. You can't do this without a macro, so you need to change the name of the list box. That's the only thing you do. And this thing that says range rows, this is the maximum number of rows. I should have done it perhaps with the maximum function, okay? Look at me make a circle like this when I'm nervous. Okay, now after you've done that, you well, you assign the macro. I don't know. I'm going to copy it to the other sheet, and then we're changing the name. So this is kind of out of order, really. Oh well, I'll fix that next time. So let's see how it breaks. If it breaks, I'm going to go crazy. So we have this file where we put all the stocks together. Okay, and then we go to I'm going to make this one a list box right here. Let's make a little list box. Go to the Developer tab, Insert, a list box. Now, you can say, oh, I can go to the Google and get this stuff anyway. Why would I watch a stupid video of this idiot? Well, I went to Google, and there was nothing on how to do this. There really wasn't. There were vague little things, but you had to put a whole bunch together. It took me well, for you, maybe it would take a few minutes. It took me 2 days. And then you put multi, okay? So that's our first step. So I'm just trying this, and I'm trying this in a video. And now we want to pick the stocks, and then we want to go and have it read all the stocks, okay? Now, so I'm going to, every time I'm going to save this file, I'm going to right-click here, or I should have maybe put in the instructions, you just press Alternate and F8. And let's go to this workbook, and we can get all of these things, but this time I put them all in one single file. So you press Control A and Control C, and then you go back to your file, you right click, and no, let's do this first. Alt F8, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them right in a place that I already have stuff. And I have option base 1 already, and I don't know if I didn't put option base 1 again. Now here are the little macros. This is just a basic list box, and what we're going to have to do is change this to make perhaps list box 1, and this fills up the list box. Oh, and this is another function. So we have basic list box, and excuse me, this is the clear list box, fill list box, okay. Okay, this video is forcing me to clean everything up. It's good, and I hope it doesn't blow up anymore. Okay, now, so I changed this. We press Alternate F8. I'm redoing it a little bit. Excuse me for this. And this time I get all the list box. This is called list box to change. So I pressed Alt and F8, Alt F8. I edited this. I Control A, copy this. I go into my sheet and press Alt F8 again. I should have said this. we press A, get the sheets, and then we copy them. Okay, and I should have put that in. That's not absolutely necessary in this case. Okay, so after we do that, it says, well, then make your range name, and then also make a range name with a maximum number of rows. So after we do that, we go here. I'm going to go to our sheet with our 1,000 different cases, and here's how I'm going to make it. I'm going to put 100, and then I'm just going to double click. I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to put list box range, which happens to be the range name I used. Shift Control down arrow, Shift Control F3 to make the range name from the top row, and then we get rid of it. Okay, and then I can move this. I can insert a couple of columns, and then I'm going to also put the maximum rows, and I'm going to. I call this rows in the thing. I should have. I think I'm going to go change this rows. I'm going to make them 20. And I'm even going to go and waste your time and put a little stupid a spinner box around the 20. Okay, and then to waste your time even more, I'm going to go to a different sheet, and I can't seem to make videos that keep the length very reasonable, and I'm sorry about that. And I'm going to go from 1 to 1,000. Okay, and then we've got our range. Okay, and then once I do that, I'm going to go and take the list box we made in the different column, right click, assign it to a macro, and I'm going to make a new macro, and it says list box 4. And then I need to go and find I'm going to copy this one that says list box. I guess I'll copy just the insides of it. This is a pain because it's in a separate module. And all I have to do is change this to list box 4. Okay. And what should happen is that then I get a debug. And, okay. And because did I not name the range rows properly? I think I didn't. Shift Control F3. So I made a mistake on purpose. Just to show you. I make mistakes. The reason I make mistakes is not because I have problems. It's because I want to explain things to you, because you learn so well from the mistakes. So there's our list box range, and now we're ready to go. Now, once we have this and we want the stock codes, all I do is put equal match. So we're going to use this list box, and I'm going to put it against the whole thing. Now, this is a little bit of a pain I put this selected company kind of in the wrong place, so we'll put it over here. We're going to rename it anyway. And then I suppose I need to delete this again, and then I can put all of these here. And then I get NAs. And then over here I can also put, oops, and then I put after the match, let's put the index. Okay, and let's click on our little code number. Okay, and then we can get the index for all of them. Uh-oh, and this doesn't have one, no problem. We have, I'm not going to take this file, this weird thing with an LA as a subsidiary. They have so many companies in here, it's really amazing. And now I'm going to put 1, and I'm going to put if, how about if error, and then we'll go over to the here, and then put this plus 1, and then we put otherwise NA open close bracket, okay? Now if I do that, uh-oh, what did I do? Okay. Oh shit. Okay, I seem to be bad at if error. I put if NA, and I said if it's the NA, then we put a little NA thing, and if it's not, we just increment the number, and then I put a function in the things you read called max NA. There's no max NA function. So I put a max NA function, and you can figure out how much you read. Now once you have all of this, you just go, and don't worry about my little names here, we're going to read a stock, and we're going to read around for stocks to read. We're going to read around the number of stocks. So that's it. I really tried. I tried to make this much easier. Maybe it looks hard, but it's not that hard. I'm going to put somewhere, I don't know where, on the website. Okay, I think I'll put I'm gonna put this one in the macro section here. I'll put a little section for the list NA. I'll put it kind of down below, because I'll put the list NA right up here next to generic macros, because I think it's actually an important little macro. You don't need to do it, of course you don't, but it'll help in these kind of situations. So that was frustrating, but I'm going to stop.